Right, we're heading into the scrapyard. It is sometime in July, or not July, February. It's the 24th of February, 2025. And it's a lovely 8:11 a.m. My heater is actually kind of toasty in this truck now. What the freak? Are we closed today? The hell? Or we're just doing stop signs galore. Sir. Morning. Know what that's about, but okay. Maybe they're doing something new. That's my trailer wheels. Make sure I'm not rub out. Alright. Okay, we're venturing in. On the right. Yep. Oh, it looks like we're stockpiling today. I'm going to do this in 2 segments because I want to get graded correctly. He's not paying attention. There's a bulldozer in my way. Yeah, but he's right there. Be in the fucking water. So he marked everything E grade. And since he marked everything E grade, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna empty just the E grade shit. Alrighty. grading system sometimes here. I bring 60%. Number one, they give me 30%. Separate it because I want to know what the percentage is going to be on this. Probably better I do it that way anyways. I only need the straps for the shit on top anyways. So, that's fine. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to start with hood and the door that's right here.
room to tailgate. That's why I loaded all that stuff on top, because they like to play games here with degrading everything. So I figured I'll dump all that first. It'd be the easiest to unload, and then I'll come back through, weigh out again, and then just do the whole trailer dump for a whole 100% number one load. Because these graders really devalue everything. All right, so let's get weighed out, and then we'll see where we go. Hey, looky over there. We got a Union Pacific choo-choo. It's like an old Dash 8. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe an SD series. I'm not sure. Their air tube is probably broken, so I'm just gonna go on this one. And we'll go from there. Yeah, because they can't seem to fix shit to save their asses around this place. Yep, sign's still up on it. It's been broken for a while. Alrighty, go get weighed up. Okay, we are getting off the scale. We're at about 4,800 or about 14,800. I'm 10,000 empty. We came in at like 5,600, something like that. 50 bucks for the E-grade. That's what I got. They're paying 150 E and 160 number one. An E-grade, for the people that don't know E-grade, is your basic sheet metal scrap. The low value stuff, tin, sheet metal, crap like that. Number one is your prepared HMS, heavy metal steel. Number one is your better steels. So yeah, now we're full of number one. I got about 4,800 pounds of that, so let's go dump that. I didn't feel like playing the grade game today to take 30% for number one when I've got, well, based on the weight, it's about 80 to 90%. I'll figure that out here in a moment, but yeah. Alrighty, until we get back on. All right, we're going back through. He was already ready for me. we're gonna drop it. He marked it complete number 1. Don't get me wrong, I just make some shit in there too, but they're getting their money's worth. Alright, let's dump it. That's a heavy load too. It's gonna be a heavy load. Stand back and let it go. Alright, it's still going up. I'm gonna pull forward slightly. Wait, doesn't take out my license plate or my lights. Sunglasses. Way up here at the top. I need to like rewind that first. Still there. Drop it down, and then we'll see what our weight is. There's a few things that need to be dealt with on this thing. I wish that pin would have a greaser. I could get these nuts. Oh, I forgot about the hinges on the back. Kind of old. Right. Here's your number 1 load. Well, them bumpers are fucking heavy. It was brand new lights, but I just wanted to make sure it didn't get them all fucked up. Yeah, this shit I'm not gonna worry about too much. I can't close that door yet because this guy's truck is too close. There's a fucking knife right there. Good way to get a tire killed. that shit not be in my tires. Alright, let's get out of here. Right. So that was a good load of number one. $280 for that number one. Plus that $50 for the E-grade bullshit. I'll do the math here in a moment on what my percentages were, but that worked a whole lot better separating it than it did leaving it up to the guy to grade it. I just, all the time when I do the grading, they always fucking lowball, and it gets annoying. And this time I had a lot, so I was like, no, I'll put it together just right. You know, I made sure to, I loaded the trailer up with all my number one first. Hell, there was even an engine block in there from a boat. And then I stuck all the E-grade, which was my hoods, doors, fenders, shit like that, off to the side. And what I did was I filled the trailer about, you know, half to 3/4 of the way up from the front. And as it got full, I started stacking my E-grade on top. So that way when I rolled in, I could just toss the E-grade off like you guys saw, and then weigh out and weigh back in for the number one, which worked out a whole lot better. So give me a sec here, let me get the numbers and we'll come back. Okay. Camera got a little hot. I don't know how much it recorded in the end, but so I have the outro here. Weighed in originally at 15,640, and I emptied out at 10,980. I had 780 pounds of E-grade, 3,880 pounds of number one, for a total scrap weight of 4,660 pounds. That translates to about 83% of that load was number one, which was why I was smart in separating it the way I did. Now, pricing wise, E-grade pays $150 a ton, number one pays $160 a ton. It's a $10 difference, big fucking deal, but it matters when, you know, you're up there in the weights. Now this place goes off the imperial scale for tons. They do a metric ton, which if I Google that right quickly, is 2,000, let's see here, I guess they're doing imperial. $2,240 pounds is a gross ton. So that's what they're calling a ton. Not 2,000 pounds straight. You know, they bilk in the extra 240 pounds so they can make their little extra out of it. Granted, they make a shit ton off this stuff. Yeah, I did it this way because I just got sick and tired of 30%, 40% here and there when it's a lot more. So, E-grade total payout this time was $52.23, and number one payout was $277.14 for a grand total of $329.37. Yippee-ki-yay! It's, you know, obviously not millions of dollars to write home about, but it's something. You know, granted, I do this about every 2 months, so yeah, needless to say, that's where we lie.
And that's where we are today. If you have any questions or comments, put them below. Thanks for watching. Till the next time.